I love the news writers in the headlines.
Yeah.
Lebron, Lagon. I love them.
Yeah.
I love their headlines. Apparently,
was that in Cleveland? Because I think in Cleveland it's a lot meaner.
Yeah, it definitely is. That was mild. That's not from Cleveland.
I have a copy, and this is going to be the talk here, of the letter that was sent by Dan Gilbert, the owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it's on their website. It's in the Cleveland paper. Here's some of the things he says. You know, he personally guarantees that the Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before LeBron does. He goes on to say, this shocking act of disloyalty from our homegrown chosen one, calls him the self-proclaimed king. So he's attacking him in the nickname. Sends the exact opposite lesson that we want our children to learn.
Here we go.
Bringing the kids
all deep.
Right. And he says the so-called curse on Cleveland is now packed up and going with him to Miami.
That's just
now,
wrong.
Look at it this way. They have a couple of, good players there in Cleveland.
Right.
This owner's got to sell tickets. He's got to convince the fans in Cleveland that he still has a product, and let's try and sell out the building, because LeBron meant so much to that arena, that team, and the city.
Convince the fans to stop being so mean. But we'll talk about that.
Well, they're heartbroken.
I thought they were Philly fans.
Well...
They just traded on him completely.
I want to bring Big Daddy in.
Yes.
Big Daddy Graham, because he said when I was driving in that he was going to read this letter at least 5 times on the air because we've just never seen anything like this.
It is. Hello, folks.
Good morning.
It is the most amazing letter ever. Now, a lot of it's very immature.
Yeah.
If he's claiming that LeBron quit in 4 games in the final playoff series, then why would he even attempt to resign him? Why would he fire the coach? But from a perspective of a fan or a host, it's just so much fun to read. I personally guarantee that the Cleveland Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former king wins one. And that is not happening. That is never going to happen. Believe me, Cleveland will never win a championship before LeBron James.
Big Daddy, well, why don't you fire off a letter back at him? Because, you're right. It was very childish. And whether it's fun or not, this guy is doing what is best for him.
For him.
He's doing what's best for him. And I watch some of the fans. I understand, in sports, people are compassionate. They throw themselves behind the fans and that sort of thing. But some of the stuff is outrageous. They're burning his jersey. It's like it's the end of the world.
They're throwing rocks at that big 10-story building that has the billboard. But
they're talking like he never showed up, like he was never there.
I will jump in here. Obviously, burning jerseys is, for dopes. They probably got like 3 guys in a bar and gave them $10. And said, here's a jersey, burning it. We need a good television shot.
Are you saying we staged that?
You make your own judgment there. But I will say this, though. The way he allowed it, and he did allow it, to play out, I thought was ridiculous. I mean, when he was approached about turning this into an hour-long television show, and I know he gave the money to charity, but he could have easily said, you know what, enough is enough. I'm already, the coverage of this thing is already every minute of every day.
Right.
I believe... Well, at the beginning of my show tonight, I would have made this comment that I believe most fans have turned on him. But as the show got deeper and deeper, there were more supporters coming out. There were people that were just really turned off by the television show, not by him leaving.
Well, but I bet you they didn't turn it off, though, Big Daddy. There's the thing. They were turned off, but did they turn it off?
But the other thing, too, you have to look at is in Cleveland, because of the way this was done, they're embarrassed. They feel that LeBron put them on national TV only to embarrass them.
Well, let's face it. If you're living in Cleveland, you're embarrassed.
Right. Well, and that's what I mean. That's the take out of Cleveland.
And I feel bad for Cleveland. I do. I mean, they have suffered a long time. And what was done to them when they took the Browns away? I mean, it's a hard luck town. It really is.
Was Big Daddy? Was he going to get a championship there?
He could have.
You think? How long?
No, I absolutely think he could have got a championship game eventually there. I mean, I don't know how soon, but I think he could have done it.
It would have been a better story. All right, so now you've got the 3 of them.
Better story.
Chris Bosh. Well, yeah, because he would have taken this team that was at the bottom and built them into a champion. Now he's going to Miami where he's got...
as a ball player?
What's that?
How long's your lifespan?
Oh, he's got many years to go. He's 25 years old.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm being yelled at here that I'm back on the air and I didn't know it.
Well, tell them to wait. No, I'm just kidding.
You fit in with us. You don't know what's going on.
He's freaking out on me here. You know, so I better say goodbye. Great win by the Phils last night.
Yep.
And I bet that parakeet. You sure that parakeet's not from Amsterdam?
We're going to show that coming up later through the show, the World Cup parakeet.
And by the way, check out the Chubby Checker video. We're both twisting on it, you know.
We're going to do that right here on our show this morning.
We're going to twist?
We're going to twist.
I'm the first one that pops up.
Very nice.
I take care, folks.
Go have a great show.
Thank you.
All right. Deadlines.
Deadlines. That's what LeBron is probably saying, deadlines.
Well, he's planning a big party now in South Beach. Cabanas are all reserved.
He's in the right place for a big party.
Big welcome party. All right.